Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a Master Chief pipe cleaners. So let's get into that video. First, what you want to start with, the colors I'm going to be using are this color, which you can find in packs that look like this. And so my color scheme is going to be using this, the dark green, and then also, I don't know yet. But those are the two main colors I'm going to be using today. This is going to be the undertone for like the under bodysuit, and then the green is going to be used as the armor. So we'll see how that goes. So first what you want to do is start with 2. This is the absolute structure, and it's like the skeleton of every creation I've ever made. You start with the X. You twist it a few times until it's long enough. So 1 twist, 2, 3, and they have to be tight. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then you want to switch to the other side so that you don't lose the length of this too much. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, switch to the other side, 19, 20, 21. And then back to the other side, 22, 23, 24. And it should look like this. This is going to serve as the spine for the rest of the creation. I'm going to be building upon this so that it has a sturdy foundation. So now, what I'm going to do, since this turned out to be the shorter side, and these are longer, I think. Actually, wait. Yeah. Well, they're about the same length anyway, but still. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to establish which side is going to be the legs and which side is going to be the arms. For this one, I'm going to use as the arms up here. And what you want to do is you want to flatten it out like this. And then you're going to cut it, not cut it, but like bend it like that for the shoulders. And then what you want to do, you want to bring this up here, so that you have the exact same length of the shoulders. And then crease it right there. And then bring it back down. And now the shoulders are even. And that's going to be the base for the shoulders. Now I'm going to start on the legs. These are in themselves too skinny to form a true good leg. So what you want to do here, you want to crease this foot. This is going to serve as the foot here. That's about the length I want it here, right? And then I'm going to crease the foot again right here. So these are going to serve as the feet. Then we have the arms. The arms are key in order to making a very good look-alike. So for this one, since it's very, very short for the arms, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to crease it very tiny. You want to make sure it doesn't go too far down so that the arms don't look too long, but you also do not want short arms or else it won't look good. So then you're going to do the same thing here. Since these sides seem to be different sizes, that won't really matter because I'm going to come in later with different sized. I'm going to remake the arms. But for now, this is what it's going to look like. So these are going to end up being the hands. Don't worry, those are going to look better. And then we're going to have the hands right here. So now you have your base for the entire creation. Next up, we're going to want to start working on the shoulders here. So what you're going to want to do is take another piece. You're going to put it here. And then you're going to put it right across here. And then right where the shoulder and the arm meet, you're going to crease it. This is going to serve as the actual body for like the chest area to add that size to it. And then you want to put this a little bit lower down so that you don't just have a big chest, but you also have like an abdomen too. So then about a little bit close to here, you're gonna twist it around. You got caught there. Twist it around like this, and then you're gonna put this, you're gonna go do the same thing on the other side. And then you're going to tie it. And you should be left with this. Now, what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna go down here again so that I can start working on widening it, twist it here, and then go up here, and then twist it again, and it's gonna end off right there. And then in order to clip this little piece off, we're going to push that in right there. Be careful though, because I've been working with pipe cleaners for a long time, so these pokes do not hurt me, but to the people that don't do this often, this could hurt you, so please be careful on those end pieces. So now we have part of the body, and as you can see here, I'm basing this off the picture that I have, so that's what I'm going off of. But I already have a technique that I use for this, so that's what I'm basing it off of. I started when I was like 10, I want to say. The first thing I made was a squirrel, and then I kept working on it for years, and now I have a technique down. So next up, we're still going to keep working on this chest area, and then we're going to move on to the legs. I always leave the arms for last, but you can really go in any order you want, but this is just the order I choose. So see how there's a gap here? We're going to take another one of these. I recommend like 2 or 3 of this packs. There are different kinds of packs you can get. You can buy them at your normal store, like Walmart or anything, but I have like a special place that sells pipe cleaners, but you can buy them anywhere, most anywhere. So you're gonna take this here. You want this part to be the length of going down here because it's gonna crease over. So you want it to go like this, and then you're gonna crease it down to the other way so that you can fill it in 2 times. And since this part is just hanging out, what you're gonna wanna do, you're gonna tie this towards the end right here. Then you're gonna pull it up, right? And then you're gonna crease this also. And now they're both down here. And then you're going to tie them down by twisting it. And this is gonna catch them both in it. So now the edges are out of the plane. And then you're gonna twist it again. And then I am gonna tuck it right in here. Right there. There's the little tucked piece. And that's where it's hidden. So now we're starting to get a body form here. So now that I have the base of the chest underway, I'm going to, because now that I'm looking at this, it's a little bit too wide, so I'm gonna squish it a little bit. I like to, what I call form my creation so that it comes out into the look that I like. So there's that. Now I'm gonna start into the legs. The legs are vital to make sure that this looks good. You wanna make sure it's proportionate, which is what we're gonna do now. So here, I'm gonna take this, right? Another piece, and I'm gonna size it to make sure it's the length of the leg. And then when you get down to where the length is, you're gonna wanna crease it, right? And now you have the length of the leg. Now, what you're gonna do is you're gonna crease it over like this. You see here? And then towards where this comes off, you're gonna twist it. Make sure to avoid that sharp piece. You're gonna twist it twice. So now you have a second one that's just as long. And then you're gonna come over here. Make sure that this is the length and the long skinny piece and the thick piece are like this. You're gonna put this over by the leg. And then you're gonna twist the tiny piece, the skinny one, around the hip twice. Make sure these are very tight. You want this to be tight turns around it so that this doesn't move around too much. And now you're gonna bring this down to the foot. you're going to make this follow. And since this doesn't reach all the way to the leg, you're going to want to twist it right about where the ankle is. Right there. This is still flinging around a little bit, but we're going to get that fixed. So now you have you have your leg structure going there. And now you're going to repeat the same thing. If you didn't catch it, I'm going to do the same thing again so that we can do the same thing on the other leg. So what you're going to do here, measure it, bring it here, make sure this lines up, be careful on that point, make sure it goes all the way up to the leg, crease it where the leg stops and where the hip begins so that you have the length of the leg. Then you're going to want to press it up until it meets here. You make sure to grab the tip right here and you press it. And then you want to come here to the top. Make sure to avoid that spike like I said before. Tie it around like this. And then what you're going to do is you're going to bring it over to the leg here. Tie it around. And then you're going to come down here, bring it. And you're going to tie it right above where the ankle would be. So it's about boot's length. And now we're starting to get a form for the legs here. Then we're going to get another piece from the pack. Usually the pack will have more pieces, but since I've used this color a lot on some different characters, mine's running low, but yours should have some. Like I said before, you need like 2 to 3 packs for this. But you can also make a tinier version if you want. But you have to make sure that the proportions are right. So what you're going to do now, you're going to bring these 2 tips to the top here, cross it. Then what you're going to do here, since you have it pinched here, make sure that the spikes aren't hurting you. You're going to grab it here, and you're going to push it down, 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 down. And then you're going to want to close the tip right there so there's no space there. Just like that. So now it is equal length. So now what you're going to do is you're going to bring this here, just like this. You're going to sit it right where the hips are. This is where we do most of our ties. And then we're going to bring this side and tie it around. Once, not twice. Now that we have this, we're going to bring this down here. Right where the tie is. Right where the tie is here. You're going to start twisting it right there. And then you're going to keep going down, down, down. There. Now that little flap is no longer exposed. Now so you can see again, this is where the flap is and this meets. You're going to bring this down. And then right where that tie ends, you're going to start twisting it over, 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 over. And there you go. And now we have the legs, and they're a bit thicker now, and we have it all positioned in. This is going to look good. Next, you're going to get another piece. This one is solely for one leg, so you're going to need 2 pieces actually. Now we're going to start working on the feet. So what you're going to do is you're going to curve it about like this size. And then towards the end right here, you're going to pinch it. Just like that. And this is going to serve as the foot. So what you're going to do now is you're going to bring it over here. And then you're going to do it like this. See? So you press it up right against the foot. And then what you're going to do is you're going to twist it right along the ankle twice. And then we're going to bring it back down. Twist it at the very edge of where the foot starts and the ankle ends. And then you're going to make it flat like this here. You're going to twist it. And then you're going to lay it over again and again until it's whipped around. You don't want this one to be tight though. And then you're going to keep doing it until you reach the edge. And this is what the foot's going to look like. This is going to be covered by a boot anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But what you need, this is going to serve as what we're going to put our boot around. So now, you're going to leave a little bit here. We're going to cut it. And then you're going to finish it on the end. And now it's hidden. And we have the foot. And now we're going to repeat the same thing on the other side. This one will probably serve as a filler since it's just left there, so just leave this for now. We'll probably use that later. So now what you're going to do, you're going to take this, like this. It's going to be, if you're wondering about the size, it's going to be about the foot, except a bit longer, so that that spike gets covered up by this. So then you're going to bring it like this, bring this little piece here, and then you're going to tie it off. And we're going to bring it over here. We're going to put this here. Just like that, you see? And then you're going to bring this up. And right here, you're going to start tying it. You're going to twist it, like I said before, twice. This can still hang around for now, but we're going to fix that in a second. And now, you're going to bring this down, and then towards where the foot begins, we're going to start twisting it. You don't want to be too gentle or too hard about it so that this doesn't get deflated and we lose our foot form. So now we're going to twist it again and again, and you're going to keep twisting it so that it makes like these lines until it's towards the very edge of the foot, like right here. And now we're going to snip it with just a little bit left so that we can curve this little edge in, and then we're going to twist it right in there. And now we have some feet. And now we're going to begin on the arms. The arms are one of the hardest things to do, but I will walk you through that. You're going to take another piece, like this. And now, if you see this little hole here, or if you just have a space, since this isn't too thick yet, you should be able to slide any piece through here. So you're going to take this, just like this, and you're going to twist it up, and then twist it downwards, and then bring it in here. And this is going to serve as the arm. So now we bring the arm down here so we know what length we want it at. You want it to where it's past the hip, right here. But you also want it a little further to like the leg, part of the thigh here, like you would with a normal person. But what we're gonna do is right when it cuts off at the hip here, and a little bit lower, but not all the way, you're gonna leave a little space here and cut it off. Not cut it off, like actually cut it off, but like stop there. Because this piece right here is going to serve as the hand, which we're going to get into later. So now, we're going to twist it off right there. And if you can see here, this is what the arm is going to be, and there's the hand. So now, we're going to bring this all the way back up. The crease technique. And then you're going to have it right here. And where the shoulder cuts off, we're going to put it right back through that little loop. And we're going to twist it. And then bring it up. And as you can see, this is still a little bit loose. This piece right here. So now we're going to bring this back over here. And we're going to take this right where the armpit is. We're going to crease it. And then bring it around. And then we're going to go loop it through one more time. This is how we start to bring the definition for the shoulder. And then we're going to loop it like this. and then we're going to loop it right through here. And then you can pause and go back if you get lost on the stage, because it is pretty confusing. But then you're also going to turn it around right here. And we're just going to twist that up until it disappears. And now you have the arm. Now we're going to take another piece and repeat the exact same thing. And for the sake of this video being long, and I don't want it to be too long, I'm just going to go ahead and repeat that process. But you guys, what you're going to do is you're going to do what you did here, and you're going to mirror it. So I'm going to go do that really quick. If I do something different here, ignore it. Just do what I did on this side. I'm just freeballing it right now. And as you can see, I messed up myself here a little bit, so I'm gonna have to make a actually, no, never mind. Ignore what I just said. I can just fix that by extending my hand here. So now you wanna make sure that your arms line up. If they don't, you can bring one of these out a little bit to make it the exact length for the arm. And now we have most of what the arm is going to be finished. We still have a lot to do because we're going to want some definition here. Okay. Now I think what we're going to do, those two extra pieces that we cut off here, that we took from this here, we're going to use these and we're going to go back to the legs because we need to start working on the definition there. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to bring it about like this, curl it up. Actually, you guys might have done it differently, so ignore that. Because not everybody's going to have extra pieces. We're going to take a few more pieces out, so I'm going to have like 4. So now, what you're going to do here, we're going to thicken this up a little bit. This is the technique I like to use in order to thicken it up and add that base to the legs, but in a faster way. So what you're going to do here is take it like this, measure it, crease it at the foot, and then you're going to do that again, and then you're going to crease this like here, and then tie it towards the end. Bring this end up here, and then tie it at the end, and make sure it disappears. And as you can see here, we just have a piece that we're gonna tie to the leg to make it thicker. And then you're gonna do that a second time for another piece. Like this, crease it, tie it at the end, crease it, bring it back up, tie it at the end until it disappears. And they are about the same length. So now we're going to use this piece here. We're going to bring that third one here. What you're going to do is tie it to the end here. It should be the one that you kept going until it disappeared. So on that end, you're going to tie it like this, right? And then where everything's tied out here at the ankle, I'm gonna put this right there. Actually, no. What you're gonna do is bring it up here. The thickest part is gonna go here. And then we're gonna tie it right there at the thigh. Make sure to tighten it so it's not too loose, so it doesn't go away. And then we're just going to go over and over and over. Don't do it too hard or too soft, so that it's not too loose, but it also doesn't like take away that size that we put there. And we're gonna keep going all the way down until we reach the foot. And then you're just gonna tie it off there. And now we have a nice, and then what you're gonna do here is where it ends halfway, we're gonna crease it a little bit. Like that. So now we have a leg that can move. We want to make sure that we put that the defined place where the knee is. So now this is where the knee's gonna be. Now we're gonna repeat that same thing over here. The thickest side goes up to where the hip is. You tie this here. Like that, right here, you see? And then right where the hip is, you're gonna put this right here. Crease it like that. And then tie it. This one needs to be a bit tight so that it doesn't move from here. See how it's not gonna move? And then we're just gonna go over and over and over and over and over and over and over, and then tie it off when you get towards the foot. And there we go, we have, and then you're going to put that crease there for the legs. And now we have some knees. And now we're gonna take another piece. Take this here. And we need to reinforce these legs here. It looks like it's mobile, but it shouldn't be like that because we want to make sure it's here. And then also, right here is a little bit wobbly. And over time, that can wear and tear. So to make sure that that doesn't happen, we're going to reinforce it. So you're going to take where it looks like around the middle piece. And then right here where the creases are, where we've been tying on the chest, we're going to put this right here. Not where it's very movable right here. So what you're going to do here is you're going to twist it once and then tighten it really strong. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring this down to about right here with a quarter of the thigh. And then you're going to press it down with your thumb, move it like this, and twist it. And then you're going to do the same thing here. Move it down, quarter of the thigh, move it like this, and twist it. And it should look like this. So now you can see we have a bit more of a definition towards the hips. So now what you're going to do is bring it back up here. And you're going to twist it right where we were tying it. Twist it again. And twist it until it disappears. So now we have more of a hip that won't be wobbly or break down. And now over here, we're going to bring this up. We're going to twist it, twist it, twist it towards, it'll go in a downward motion. And now we have this. So now this isn't wobbly anymore. And you can see like it's slowly starting to come together and it's not that stick anymore. Okay. I gotta do a switch break because these take almost about an hour to make, depending on how much definition we need to add to it. So now what you're gonna do is take another piece and we're gonna go back to working on the arms. Now, how I want to do this, I'm not sure yet. Okay. So what we're going to do is first we're going to work on that hand. So first we're going to do this hand. What you want to do is you want to crease it and you want to make like a little nook here, right here. This is going to serve as a hand. And then you're going to twist it on the end right there about twice. And then you're going to press down to make sure this needs to be very tight. But you have like a little hand here. And then where it's like this, you're going to take it about right here so you can see. And then twist it right there. So this is going to serve as the thumb and the hand. Since this guy is so tiny, yes, this is a tiny creation. We can't really do full fingers or else it'll look weird, or the fingers will be very loose and eventually break off. So what we do here is like the glove effect. So now that we have this here, we're going to want to close this off so that the thumb doesn't fall apart. You're going to take it right here, and you're going to twist it around, and then you're going to bring it back out. So now we have a hand. And now what you're going to do here, where that hand is, it's like this is a tiny skinny piece, unlike the rest of the hand. So what you're going to do here is you're going to bring it like this, so that this is over it. This is going to add thickness to the hand. So it should be like this. You see here? And then you're going to start tying it to the wrist. 1, 2. And then you're going to come back up, twist it around the hand, and then a second time. And now you have yourself a little hand. And then we're going to come back out here. And then you're going to want to press it so that this doesn't get too chunky right here. So you press it as you're going back. And then, so that this wrist doesn't seem too chunky, what you're going to want to start doing here, you're going to twist it once. And then we're going to make the definition for where the arm creases. So you take your finger about halfway up the arm and you crease it up. So now you know where the arm is. And then what you're going to do is you're going to just start twisting right here, over and over. And what you want to do, you want to make sure to focus on this little area right here. This is going to be where that forearm is, and we're going to add the definition there later. But we want to start having the skeleton for the forearm. So just keep twisting, especially in this one spot right here. You're going to keep twisting on that one spot until you tuck it away. And as you can see right here, we have a little forearm that's going to come in a little later. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So you're going to take this, make it like this. So you have that little cup here. You can measure the other hand to make sure it's like the same size, so that you have like symmetrical hands. And then towards the end, you're going to twist it twice, tighten on it, press it down to make sure it's just a tiny little knot. And then you're going to twist it one more time, because the thumb on this side is going to come out over here. So you want to make sure that this is on this side. And make sure these are very tight so that this doesn't get too big, because that's just going to make the hand look wonky. So now we're going to take it up like this, and we're going to crease it for that thumb. I'm going to press it down here to give that thumb that shape. And then we're going to crease it like this, twist it around and down. It should go right over the thumb here. And now we have that hand. Now we're going to bring the hand over here, position this over the hand, like on the other one. Twist it around the wrist once, twice, like that. And then we're going to bring this, twist it one more time, bring it up here, twist it around that piece that is just hanging around up here, once, twice, and then you're going to bring it back down here. See how I make sure that this is nice and flat? You don't want this to get too big or chunky, else the hand will look weird. And then we're going to bring it here. And just like, since my arm came out a little bit too short, I'm going to pull it to make that extra length. And now they're about the same size. And now you're going to take your finger like last time, halfway right there, about halfway up the arm, and then you're going to crease it. Bring it up to meet your finger. Your finger acts as the border so that it doesn't go too far up. And then you're going to twist it over and over, and make sure to focus on this little notch right here so that we start that definition for the forearm. And as you can see, and then you want to pinch it right here where the wrist is to make sure that the wrist doesn't get too chunky. And then do the same thing on the other side. And now you have your forearms and your hands. Now we need to start working on that definition. This color is the base, as you can tell, for what's going to be the rest of it. And later we're going to need to work on the head, but that's going to be a bit more difficult. So we're not going to start that one yet. We're just going to work on the body. So now we're going to get 1, 2 pieces. I just scared myself. I thought it wasn't recording. Oh my gosh. Okay. And then, okay, so what you're going to do, my English is not there today. Hold up a second. Okay, sorry, I had to do something really quick. Now we're gonna get back into it. Okay, so what you're gonna do, what you're gonna wanna do here. Okay, for this part, we're gonna work on thickening the arm. So you're gonna take this part here, and the tip is what's gonna be measuring it. So you wanna have a little segment right there, and then here, you're going to want to have a little segment too, right there, and then you crease it there. This is what's going to serve as the muscle. So now you have this little piece, and then you're going to crease it over, and then you're going to turn this so that it turns around, and then you're going to twist it at the end, and you're going to bring it back around again, and then one more time. And twist it at that edge piece so that it looks like this, almost like a piece of loaf of bread. So now what you're gonna do, you're gonna bring this here right over there. You're gonna leave a segment here and a segment here, and this is gonna act as that bicep, and you can bring the arm out if it's too difficult. So now you're gonna twist it around and up. And then you're going to twist around, up, around, up, around, up, around, up, until you have like that nice segment right there. And then with that axis one, we're just going to twist around this little piece here. And then you can also add some more into that forearm, as you can see. So now you can start to see the definition of the muscles coming in. We're not going to use too much definition because the arm is going to be covering up a lot of this. But we still need that definition so that the armor looks good when you put it on. So now you're going to repeat the same thing on this arm. Leave a little segment right there. So you see that where the point is? And then you're gonna leave a little segment right there. So it twists like this. And then, now that you have this piece, you're gonna twist it. Not twist it, you're gonna bring this down, pinch it, and then you're going to see over here, you're going to make this miss it just a tiny bit. And you're gonna make it curl like that. And then you're gonna curl it on the end, twist it once. And then you're gonna make it go again. And then one more time. And then you're gonna twist it on the end. And now that we have that little loaf here, just like before, you're gonna put this here, leave that little space, and then here, sorry, I'm not in the middle of the camera, and then leave that little space right here. And then you're going to twist it around and up. And then you're gonna go along the rest of the muscle. Around, up, around, up, around, up. You want this to be tight, but not too tight, so that you're not squishing down that muscle and that shape goes away. So you're gonna keep twisting it around, up, until you reach that end of the muscle here. And then you're just gonna twist it off right here. And then again, work on that forearm and give that a little bit more definition too. And now you can start to see where the muscles are coming in. Now we need to start working on those shoulders. And then we're gonna go back to the legs, because the legs need some calves and thigh muscles. But that goes in later. So now we're gonna take another piece. I have a lot of pipe cleaners, so make sure if you're trying to make this guy, you have at least 2 or 3 packs. I've only used about 1 pack so far, so this might actually only need 2-piece packs, but I'm not counting how many pipe cleaners I'm using. Someone else could if they wanted to. Now, what you're gonna do here, okay, so we're gonna start on this end, because not everyone might have this hole. So I wanna show you what to do if you don't have a hole. So what you wanna do is try to thread it through, like this. Since this isn't thick enough, you can still thread it through, because there shouldn't be anything stopping it. So see here how it's there? So you should be free to twist it. And you only want it to go a little bit up. So then you're gonna twist up here, right? So that it has like an L shape. It should be able to not move too much, but move a little bit. And then right here, where that arm meets that little space that we were talking about earlier to leave, we're gonna twist it around and up, and tighten that one. And then we're gonna go around and up again. And then you're gonna wanna start going around and up towards the shoulder. Like this. And then around and up. Just like that. And now we have that bit of shoulder muscle here. And now we're gonna bring this little piece that we left up here. We're gonna bring it right here. Twist it like that, so that that sharp piece goes away. And then we're gonna start around, up, until we've covered that. And then around the rest of the shoulder, around, up. And then you're gonna flip it over, and where this little piece is, you're gonna tuck it in somewhere in there, so that piece doesn't disturb you anymore. So now you have your arm, the shoulder, and then the, whatever this thing is called, the bicep, the forearm, the shoulder. This is the base of all my creations, no matter how big or tiny. Because even this guy right here, that was shown in a later video, I use that exact same technique right here, but most of my videos are sped up, so you aren't able to see that. So now we're gonna repeat that same process onto this shoulder. So you're gonna do this. You're gonna take this here. You're gonna thread it through here, so that it's up like this. And then like an L, but a backwards one, we're gonna take it like this, so that we're at that little piece right here, that section that we haven't built on yet. And then you're gonna twist it around and up, around and up, around and up. And now we have that bit of shoulder right there. And now we're gonna take this piece, curl it into itself, around and up, around and up, around and up. And then since I have a little bit less here, I'm gonna thicken this up a bit. And I'm gonna waste the rest of it on here so that I have my shoulder and arms. So now we have this. And personally, for me, I don't know why it turned out like this. I still have a little bit of a hole here, which is what these little excess ones that I like to use are for. So you just take it like this and then you cover it up. And see that little piece right here? I'm gonna twist it. And then you're gonna turn it up this way. If you're having the same problem, just follow along like me. And it really works anywhere if you have like little holes that you don't want to be there. Because at this point, and then I'm gonna tuck it here. Because at this point into it, we really don't want any holes left in that chest. So now we have like the shoulders here, we have the body, we have the arms here, and we have the legs. So now we have like almost the body here, but we still have a lot of work to do. Now, see how thick these are though? This is what's gonna keep preventing it when you try to move it like this. It's gonna prevent it from breaking. But anyways, now, what I'm gonna want to do here is we're gonna work on that calf. Because I don't like how skinny the legs are right now. So you're gonna take a piece here, like this, one piece. And then you're gonna take a smidge here, and then you're gonna curl it. And then you're gonna twist it off like that. So it's like this. It should be like this, right there. So it only makes like halfway down. And this is just gonna be the calf. And then what you're gonna do here, you're gonna want this part to clump up the most. So we're gonna go around and up, and you're gonna wanna be very loose here so that there's a lot of space. And then you're gonna keep going around and up, around and up, around and up, around and up. And you see how I'm starting to form it so that like it goes doop, doop. And then you're gonna keep going and twisting and twisting. And then when you start to near off, you wanna start going back to the top until there's nothing left. And as you can see here, that's what's gonna serve as our calf. So now we're gonna repeat that same process for the other calf. So like this, about the size of the other leg, halfway down. And then you're gonna twist it. And then you go around and up, around and up. Very loose towards that end piece here. Around and up, around, twist, twist. Tighter towards the end. Softer towards that thicker piece. And then tighten up towards the end. And then tighten, and then finish that calf. Right there. So now we have where the calf will be. For this leg, it's gonna be like this. And you can see that calf definition that's gonna be there. This is literally biology. You have to make sure that this is like the human body. So now, towards that skinniest piece, I'm gonna use this piece since this is the skinniest. So you see this right here? You're gonna take this halfway through. You're gonna get a new piece, by the way. And then you're gonna go around and then close it off right there. So you see like this. And then you're gonna leave this piece out so that it's like this. Then you're gonna bring the leg over here. And right where that knee area is, where it creases, and bring this right here. Plant it right there. There's not too much stuff that's gonna go on this end, but we're gonna go right here, and we're gonna go around and up, around, and then you're gonna slowly go down the leg, 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 until you run out and you just twist it off right there. As you can see there, we're starting to have like a calf. It might look a little wonky for now because there's nothing here to meet it, but eventually we're gonna have a thigh. And then we're gonna repeat the same process on that other leg. So you're gonna take another piece, like this, and then you're gonna twist it. I left too little, so what you're gonna do, twist it all the way around, close that off. And now, you're gonna bring it right where that leg, where that crease is. You're gonna put it right there. Oops. Right there. And you're gonna twist it down. You have to keep this in position for it so it doesn't fall out. And up, down, and up, around and around and around, until it disappears into that cocoon that we've created for it. And you twist it all the way around until it's finished off right there. And now we have ourselves a calf. And now that we have our calves here, they look chunky. Now we're gonna work on the thighs. First, I need to get some water really quick because I'm tired. I'll be back in like, oh, the water's right here, never mind. My allergies are killing me right now. So now we need to work on those thighs, and this is going to be one of them. It's like an easy stage, but it's the thighs, so we have to do a lot of definition for them. So now, what we're going to do is, you're going to bring to the length, okay, so where you see where that crease is, right here. Right above the knee, you're going to want to put your like pointy piece. This is measuring it. And then the rest of the thigh up. And then you're going to crease it so that you have this little length of it. And now you're going to bring it down. There's a faster way to do this, but that one's too difficult. Down, up, and then you're going to bring it like this. Then you're going to twist it on the ends, and then up and down. What time is it? And then you're going to bring that towards the end, and then you're going to twist it off. And now we're just going to leave this piece out. And then you're going to do another one. I wasn't very descriptive on this one. My bad for that. I'm getting a little bit tired. But I'm going to explain it better on this one. So what you do for the thigh. So what you do here, you take it, you put your finger right here, where that kneecap is, and then right where it meets your nail, that's where you stop. Make sure not to stab yourself with this though, because that can hurt. So you see right here? And then right where the thigh ends, you're gonna crease it up. So you have that nice little area here. And then you're gonna bring it up like this. You're gonna pinch it. And then you're going to loop around that edge piece. And then, right here, you're going to twist it. until it's above this. And now we're going to encircle that sharp piece. So we're going to go down and then around here. And then we're going to twist it off like this. But not, I just twisted it once, but it was very tight so that this won't escape. And now we have the two of them. So they should look like this. And then for the thighs, now we're gonna, this is where the thighs come in. You're gonna put this over here. And the tie piece is gonna go right here. So you can see right there. And then you're gonna twist it around, around, around. This is only gonna twist about halfway because you're gonna run out of pipe cleaner for it. So you're gonna twist it, tuck it right into that edge here, and then this piece is still gonna be loose. But do not worry, we're gonna come back and fix that. And then we're gonna bring the other one that we made, and we're gonna put this right here. Right above where that knee is, right here. So you can use your thumb or your finger right here to guide where your knee would be. And it's right there. And you're gonna twist it. And then you're gonna twist it around until it's about halfway up. The point isn't to cover the thighs up right now, it's just to secure them so that they don't move. And then you're gonna put that little edge away so that it doesn't poke you later on. And now we have the thighs, or at least the definition of the thighs. Now we're gonna take this piece, one more, and then you're gonna go on back onto that other thigh. And right where you left off, you're gonna pick up. So you're gonna put it right here. It should be about the distance enough to loop around once. And then you loop this around. And then if you can see here, where that little piece that we put right there is, right here, right? And then right here. And you're gonna bring it up so that it covers that sharp piece. And you don't want to tighten it too hard so that you're not getting rid of the shape. So you're going to keep twisting around and around until you reach the end, and around and around and around. And then once you run out of pipe cleaner, you just tighten that little piece away. And now we have our thigh, the definition for our thigh here. And then you can see the leg is really starting to come in. So now we're going to do the same thing for the other side. We're going to tighten it. So now you want to mirror that, what you did here. Take this here, and then twist it around. Go like this, twist up and up. And this one looks like we're going to have a little bit more room here. So if you ever have a little bit more room, or like extra pipe cleaner, you can just twist it around to like strengthen other pieces of the body, which is what I'm gonna do for the hip here. And then we have our chest, arms, the muscle here, the definition. And then we have the legs. We have that thigh now. And then we also have the calf. And now it's time to start wrapping up here. So what you're gonna do here, this is where we're gonna now cover up and make this start to pretty it up now. So you see here how this is still a little bit rigid here. It's not exactly pretty. So what we're gonna do here is you're just gonna put it onto a piece of thigh until it wraps around like this. And you're gonna twist it around that little edge until you get to the tip. And you're gonna bring that down here to where that knee is actually. And then you're gonna twist around the knee so that we cover up that knee, weird exposed stuff. And you're just gonna keep wrapping around here and then go back up to the thigh and tuck that in here. And now that leg's a little bit more pretty than what it looks like over here, as you can see. So now we're going to repeat that process so that we pretty up these legs. Because we got to have them looking fabulous. So you grab like towards the edge of the thigh here. Right here, as you can see. Oh, I picked up another piece, by the way. So you take like this, and you wrap it around to meet here. And then you want to tie it off. Tie around that little piece. And then what you do is you straighten it out and you bring it down here. And then you start tying around the knee. And you tie it until it looks good. And then you come back up. You just tuck it in there. And now the legs actually look pretty good. And it's starting to thicken up. And now we're going to pretty up the arms too. So now we're going to take another piece of, I don't know what this color is. We're going to take it right here where that muscle is, where it ends and the shoulder begins. You're going to go like this. And then you're going to pinch it right there. And then you're going to pinch it up right up there. And then you're going to twist it down, 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 down. And you're just going to keep wrapping around. And you want to start wrapping a little bit more towards that elbow piece so that it's not so flat like this. So you're going to just keep twisting around. This is the time where you use to fix anything that looks a little bit too weird or anything. And then you're going to fix this. And then since mine actually worked out pretty okay here and I'm done, I'm just going to snip that off because we don't really need that extra piece. But what you want to do, you never want to just cut off as close as you can to it to try to get rid of it. You want to cut about halfway and leave a little bit there. So I'm going to leave this here so that you can have this piece and tuck it in. Because if you just leave that sharp piece out there, it's going to hurt you. So I'm going to tuck that sharp piece in there. Now it's not going to bother me again. And that arm's a little bit more pretty, unlike this one. So now you're going to pretty up that other arm. Like this. And then since for me right here, this is a little bit ugly, I'm going to go again where the shoulder is. Wherever you have like the most dense or non-definition is where you're going to start. And I'm just going to wrap around. I took a giant leap here. So how I did that, if you're wondering. So what you do here is you wrap, then you go outward a lot, and then you wrap. So that like this crosses over. And then I'm going to wrap around that elbow piece right there. And then a little bit more on that forearm place. And then around the wrist here. And now that I've made it to the wrist, and that looks pretty good, I'm going to snip off about half of it. And then I'm going to tuck that little piece in there. And now we have the arms, the legs, and the body. This is where you can see it's really starting to come together. Where did I put my phone? That is a good question. Where did I put my phone? I don't know. Okay. Now I want to work a little bit more on that body. Because I like how this is looking, but I kind of want this to be a little bit thicker. So what we're going to do is we're going to lift the arms up like this. And then right where that hip starts, you're going to twist right here around it. And you're going to start twisting up and up. These are going to be tighter. Up, 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 higher, higher, because I want this waist to be pretty sturdy so that it doesn't break if you try twisting this around. Up, and then you're going to end right there. And then this little edge piece that ended, you're going to tuck it in. And then this sharp piece poked me a little bit. I don't mind it because it doesn't really hurt me anymore. But what you want to do if you ever find a sharp piece is just tuck that inside of the creation. And then since this needs a little bit more thickening up too, I'm going to get one more. And this is going to be my last one that I'm going to use, unless we're working on the head. So I'm going to twist here, and now we're going to work on the body. So what I'm going to do here, now that I have this twisted upward, I'm going to cross it over like this, and then cross it back, and then I'm going to tie it over here, and then we're going to cross it over like this, and then like this, and then cross this finally over that little area, and now it's all covered. And then I'm going to tuck this away so that it doesn't bother me anymore. Okay, and now we have that body. Now it is time to actually start working on the arm length. Let me pull up a picture so I know what this looks like. Okay. So as you can see, I have that picture pulled up. I don't have the black, so what I had to use was this color, but it'll work out in the end. So now, I'll leave this. Now I'm not gonna put it up there. So now we gotta start working on that armor. And the first thing we really need to work on is that chest plate. That chest plate is what's gonna bring it all together. So now that I'm looking at this, what I'm gonna wanna do here is first, this is where the shaping comes in. So I'm going to put this here, right there. And then I'm going to bring this downward. And then I'm going to crease this over, like this shape. The shaping is important. And then right there at that crease, right here. And then this one's going to be a little bit longer. You're going to have this like that. So it looks like this. And then you should just be following along with me here. Try to shape that like this. And then like this. And then what you're going to do here is crease this, and then shape it like this, and like this. And this is what that chest plate is gonna look like. In that shape. Now that we have that sculpted out, that's what I like to call it. This is where the tricky part starts to begin. What you're gonna do here, you're gonna take this and cross it over like that. Then you're gonna cross this towards the bottom. And then you're going to cross this upwards. And now you have yourself a little X. And you're going to cross that in, and then we can leave that hidden in there, because we're not going to be looking at that too much. And now, what we're going to do is we're going to work on that chest, just strengthening it, and give that shape. So what you're going to do here. Okay. You're going to want it to put this shape right here so that this goes outward a little bit more. So like this. And then you're going to tie it off right here. And bring this down like this. You're going to tie it over, tie it over, tie it over, So now it has like that chest plate thing. And you're gonna take this up, and then right about right there, you're gonna put this right there. You're gonna twist it around and then through here. And twist it back around, back around. If you ever get lost, feel free to go back into the video and watch this. It does get confusing at this point. Because I'm making a, I don't know how I know how to do this, but I just figured out how to I'm coming up with these ideas in my head. So now we're gonna do the same thing on this side. And you wanna shape it like this so that you know how to give it this shape. And then you're gonna tie it off at the edge. You're gonna bring it down here and then bring it up and then bring around and start looping, 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 looping. Now I'm gonna loop it up again, loop upwards now, and tuck. This one, since it ended up not being thick enough, I had to use the rest of it here. So now it's gonna look like this. I'm gonna need another green piece. You can use light green or dark green, but since this dark green comes in the pack, that's the size this is the kind I chose to use. And now for this piece, I'm gonna take it like this, tuck it, then tuck this here, and then go around like this. And then I'm gonna start twisting around this one also. And then right here. And then we're gonna go around here and do it upwards. And then meet up at this part. Twist around here. And we're going to shape it so that it goes outward like this. And now we have that chest plate here. Now we're going to take another green one. Onto this side, we're going to grab that little piece. Twist it around. And then bring it back up around here. And you can twist it around this so that it's gonna follow. And then we're gonna crisscross it over here. And if you see that little green piece, we're gonna loop this through that. And just tighten it right there. This is gonna tighten it so that the chest plate stays put. And then from here, you can go grab that other piece, tie it around there, loop it, nudge this down. Oh, I lost it. Okay, I gotta tie it again then. I did this wrong. Okay. My neck hurts. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is you're gonna grab this, twist it around, but instead we're gonna clip this piece up so that it doesn't fall like it did for me. And then you're gonna go around here. You're gonna string this straight through there. It's like sewing. Then we're gonna clip this around here. And then around. We're just gonna tie that off here, and then I'm gonna cross through this. And then we're gonna leave this up there. And then we're gonna cut half of this here. Leave that here and then tuck that. If you get lost, go through there, watch the chest plate demonstration again. You can even slow it down so that you see what I'm doing. And I'm just gonna mold that real quick. Now we're gonna come over to this side because the back needs some work. You're gonna take this, measure it with the back like this, and then right where this meets that little neck piece, you're gonna twist it here. And then along the body, we're gonna stop here when it reaches the brownish shoulder. And then we're gonna go here, and we're gonna stop here. And now we have that little back piece. And then you're gonna clip that little piece right there. And now we're gonna start shaping this. Like this, like this, like this, like this. Just like that. So this is what I like to call molding it for the back. We're gonna take another green piece and we're gonna start to wrap this up. We're gonna wrap here, here, I'm gonna wrap again, and again, and again, and again. And we're gonna cross that in there one more time. And now, we're gonna take one more grain piece. I'm gonna cross it like this, so that this goes over that last area. We're gonna space this around, wrap it, and twist on that edge. And now we have that back piece here. See this? We're gonna go underneath this, slide it in. Bring it like that. And this is where it gets a little bit tricky. So you see how this is slid over? You're gonna go like this. Gotta slide it through. Just like that. Oh, wait, I just messed that up. Don't do that. I'm so smart. I gotta thread that back through here. So what I'm gonna do here instead is we're gonna loop it through these green ones. Right here, thread that through. And then we're gonna bring that through, thread it. And then we're gonna grab this piece right here. See here, we're gonna thread it through that end so that it goes on the rest of the back. Push this down with your thumb, bring this up, and it should be threaded in. Now we're gonna bring this down here, go through this, bring that through. Now we have that back chest plate piece. We're not done with the back though. You're gonna want to tuck this towards the edge so that it looks nice. And then you're gonna take this green piece and wrap it around. But we don't want it to wrap around too far, so I want it, actually, what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna take it like this and then wrap it through. And then you're gonna wrap it around that waist here, which we're gonna develop more, and then just tuck it in. Now we have that chest plate piece and the back piece. And then here, Now we gotta start working on that back piece that really brings it together. We're gonna get a loop like this right here. And you're gonna tie that off. Loop it again. Like this. And then twist it. Tie it back up. Loop it again one more time. And this time, I'm gonna slide it through there. Like that. So that I can keep going like this. And now we're going to break this, not break it, but like put this in half. So that this goes on the back like this. And we're gonna thread this through there. Just like that. It's gonna serve as that back arm right here. We're gonna bring this up. And what we're gonna do for this right here, we're gonna tie this right around there. And then thread it through that little thing right here. And then thread that through this and finish it off. You want to make sure this has that square look though, the armor. Now, we're going to take another piece here. Do the same thing that we did on the other side. So we're going to take like this, twist it, bring it up, bring it down, twist it at the end again, and then bring it up one more time, but this time we're going to thread it through. Just like that. You can go back and watch that again if you didn't get that. And then we're going to actually square this like this. So that looks like that. And we're going to add this to right here. What you want to do here is you want to thread it through this while making it go over. And then you want it to go over and thread it through a second time. And then we're going to come back down here, twist this off, thread through this. Bring that up and tuck it in. I'm going to shape it a little bit so that I have the right size. And we have that back here. Like that. And then also what I'm going to do here is I'm going to form this so this starts to go around the body. Like that. And as you can see here, we're starting to get that form in. For that chest plate and then the back. Okay. Now I think we're gonna work on that. The underwear, I guess? I don't know what you would call it. So now we're gonna we got a new green one, by the way. Increase this around, Then we're going to do this once, twice. Then we're going to, on that twice one, we're going to go like this. We're going to bring it up and twist it over, up, twist it over, tuck. Now we have like the underwear, but then also the armor for it. And then I think to make this look a little bit thicker, this is what I'm going to use this extra piece for. We're just going to tie it here and around that little area because mine's looking a little small-waisted. I want to compress this a little bit. But as you can see, the concept is there. It's starting to come in. Now, I'm going to do here for this leg, just like this. Got a new green piece, by the way. Then we're going to go bring this here, like this, move it up to twist it around, and then slowly go around that thigh. And then since this didn't make it all the way, we're going to get another green piece and carry on with making that thigh here. And keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, and stop. So now we have that thigh piece of the armor. Then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to get this here, twist it, and bring this here, twist that, twist around this. I didn't do this on the other one. I should have. And bring that down and carry on with making the thigh. This one you want to be a little bit more tight because you want this to be the dominant color now over the bodysuit color. This isn't skin, by the way. This is bodysuit. Then we're going to take another piece of green and make sure to leave a little brown pieces in there because that's how it looks in the thing. And keep twisting around, and stop. You want this to look more like shorts than anything at the moment. I'm going to dip that piece in there. And make sure it looks good from behind too, because you don't want this to just look good from the front. So if you see any holes, fill those in. The armor should look like this for now. I'm going to form this up a little bit, because why not? So now we have that part of the armor. Now for this next piece, we're going to do the shoulders, but that's going to be a bit more complicated. When you're watching this video, I'm probably going to cut it in half to like the bodysuit and then the armor sections because this can be really long. I'm at 1 hour and 28 minutes right now. Anyway, okay. Next, this is going to be the shoulder. So you want to do this over the shoulder like that, what it's going to look like. But this isn't actually the shoulder piece yet. You want to twist that up, spin that around, leave no gap, spin that around, end it, bring it to the top, and then down. And then twist it off until it's like this. This is going to end up being the shoulder piece, but we also need to add the rest of the arm. So now we're going to take another piece, and we're going to mold around the arm to what it's going to look like. So like this, just around that entire muscle part, so that it looks like this. And you hold it, and then you start working on filling this in, the sculpting. And then we're going to take this little bit and we're going to attach it to this. So it's going to be one bigger shoulder piece. And now, with this piece, as you can see here, what it's going to look like, I'm going to start tying it around the arm. So there you can see like the shoulder. Gonna get another piece of green. Start tying it around like this. Just until it's all the way around. And there we go. Now we have that shoulder piece. Now for the arm, this one's going to be a bit different than what we did for this one, the shoulder. We're going to go back and do the other arm in a second, but first I want to finish up this arm. So for this one, we're going to go like this, measure it from here to here, so until it reaches the hand, and then here, and then we're going to get this, the measurements, and then we're going to go like this. So it's like this, and then we're actually going to close off right here and tie it about twice. And then we're going to go here and actually start twisting around it and attach it, as you can see. And then once you reach that wrist, you can stop. Now we have the hands, the arms, and this is slowly coming together. Now we're going to go and do that second arm. And if you did not remember how to do it from this one, you can go back and watch it, or watch me do it a second time now. Except I'm going to be moving a little bit faster because I have an appointment I have to go to soon. So now, twist it like this, like the shoulder. Measure it, twist it around, twist it around. Go to the end, twist like this. That's going to be the shoulder. Now, we're going to measure this. Just make it around that like entire arm piece here. Sculpt it. And then once it reaches the end here, you're gonna stop. Take this up. Tie it. Go up like this. And then start shaping it. Over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under. So you finish, and then since this one took so long, don't so much pieces, I'm just gonna finish it up there. And then I'm gonna take this piece here. I'm gonna do attach it. And attach it again. And like I said, even though it looks like I'm rushing through this one, you can still go back and watch what I did for the arm before, so that you're not lost. now I'm going to take this green piece here. I'm just going to go around. Go around and around and around. Until I get to that end piece right there. And then go and do the armor, the wrist again. This one I'll go a bit slower for you guys with. So you measure it till it goes like this. Crease it when you reach that arm piece right here. And go like this. Twist it. When you reach that end, twist it. And then you start this at the end. And then you go like this. And you go over and over and over and over. And for me, I'm gonna do one more time over. Wait, I missed a spot. And then over. And now, I have my arms and my leg. My brain really paused at that S. And now, yours, if you have the same kind of pack I did, you should have some brown in there. And we're going to start using that as of now. So what you want to do here, loop it around that elbow piece. And then actually cut it off. And then I'm going to do the same thing underneath this arm. Trust me, this is going to add detail that we need. And then here. And then I'm just going to use the rest of this piece and that shoulder. And then we're going to use that brown again on the other shoulder. Actually, no, sorry. Start underneath that armor on the elbows. Just wrap it around. These are the tiny details I like to add that actually pull the whole thing together. And if you ever get lost and there's something I didn't explain, just put it into the comments. I will see it and I will try to respond to it as fast as I can. And then go under this shoulder with that brown, as you can see. Actually, this piece is too small for me, so I'm just gonna get another piece of brown. So then you're gonna wrap around that shoulder on the inside. Make sure this isn't crossing over any of that armor. You want to leave all that armor untouched by the black. Kind of like coloring in the lines here. Only color where you see this color. And then I'm going to snip that. Push that in. Now, we're going to take more brown. Here. You can lift up the armor for this. And we're going to start rolling it around that stomach. Here. And then again. As you can see here, that's what it's going to look like. And then you're going to do it one more time. And then this is just a simple wrapping around. And you want to make sure that doing this is all pretty tight. This wood, you could have done like the brown this color, but then it would have cost too much brown. And then we also would have had to make the build thicker, so this is an easier way to make it look like the undersuit is actually brown. Like, this looks black basically, but it works. And then for those hips, also we're gonna put that brown. I just got scratched by a random sharp piece. Okay. I'm gonna cut that off here. So you see just what we're doing is filling in all those spots where the armor would crease it. And then do this other side. Cut that off. And it should look like this. Now it looks like that the undersuit is black. If you find creases anywhere, put black on it, or the brown that comes with this color palette. I personally like to use this brown, which is a very dark brown that looks like black, because then I don't have to go out and buy extra stuff. So now, because other packs have the black, but then you'd have to buy a separate pack for when you have this, if you get what I mean. Now we're gonna work on the boots. The first thing you want to do for the boots here is the feet. Now, I have a technique for the feet that I like to do. So you take this here, go towards the ends, wrap this around. Oop, I messed it up. And then wrap this around here. Leave a little bit access here so that you have something to tie it to. See here? And then see how this goes perfectly over the foot. And now make sure not to lose this. And you're going to cross it over like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, and like this. And then you tuck this in somewhere. So by tucking, I haven't explained that well. It means that you tuck this inside so that the sharp piece goes in there. And it doesn't hurt me anymore. Now we have that foot, and now we can work on the boot. Now for the boot here, what we're gonna do is, actually we're gonna shape it here. We're gonna take it like this. And instead of actually taking it off and just putting pipe cleaners on, we can just start going from here and then go up. And then take another green piece. Oh, that is red, my bad. Ignore that. And you just want to keep going around and around. But make sure not to go all the way up. And I'm going to come back down here, finish off that ankle, make it so it doesn't look too skinny. And then we have our boot. And now, I'm going to take some brown and then wrap it around here. That segment between where the armor stops and that skin color starts. We're going to peel this back because you can always put that back on. And then we're going to bring that brown piece around all the way there. Ooh, I missed some, so if you ever miss anything, just make sure to go back and fix that. And then you can peel that back on, even it out a bit. And you have that suit right there. And then there. I'm going to shape this a little bit more too. Now, what you're going to do is, actually, you can do that brown piece in advance now. So you're going to wrap this around here. No, don't do the brown yet. Don't do the brown yet. That could mess it up. Okay, my bad. So we're going to do that foot then. Going to come like this, hold it, crease it like this, press a little bit, take that tiny piece, tying it around, add it around, bring it up, and then bring this up around, and start wrapping it. Notice I'm not leaving a single brown piece behind. You do not want the brown showing here. And then around. So all that brown is gone. And then since I have axis here, which is not a place you want to have axis, I'm just gonna cut this off, move that piece in there. Now we have the foot. Now, we're going to do what we did before. Get this piece. Get this here. Start tying around this until you reach that edge. Get another piece. Yeah.
Okay, time to get ready. We're gonna be late.
Okay then. Okay. Alright, and then I'm gonna wrap this up here. Get that brown. the ground like this, wrap it around, wrap it around, wrap it around, and all the way here. And now we have that round here. Now, I personally want this to be a little bit thicker. You don't have to if you don't want to, because I know this has been a long thing going. But I'm going to add some more around mine here. And then, since this piece has a little bit showing, I'm going to go like this, crease that in there, and then just go around again. Because I want this to be actually thick, so that looks like armor. And there we go. We have the base for the body. That's what it looks like. Oh, covered that piece up. That's what we have so far. And then I'll come back for part 2.